Hi everyone, welcome to this week's video, and this week's video is all about an app called Komoot. This will be a how-to guide on how to use Komoot to plan and organise and go on an adventure basically on your bike, walking, hiking, running, whatever it is you want to do. Komoot is a fantastic app that allows you to plan a route anywhere in the world and follow it as well. Well, Komoot is an app that I've used for years. It's something I use for navigation when I go hiking into the mountains or just on a general dog walk or something along them lines, bike rides and all those things, runs. And it just allows you to plan routes effectively, and it gives you really good accuracy, and it gives you all the details you need to know, like distance, elevation gain, and you can even follow the route as you're on the actual walk itself, and it'll save the walk for you. This isn't a paid promotion. I'm genuinely reviewing Komoot because I think it's a fantastic app to use for anybody who wants to get outdoors and do some walking, hiking or cycling or running or whatever it is you want to do. I'm not paid by Komoot to do this. I wish I was. However, I'm not. This is just a genuine review of Komoot. What you should also recognise is that Komoot is an OpenStreetMap. So what's an OpenStreetMap? An OpenStreetMap is a map that can be edited by users online. So it's not 100% reliable. It's not as reliable as using an OS map and a compass. And that goes for any GPS system that you use for your hiking or navigating. Never ever fully rely on it, because you could lose signal on your phone, or you could just lose your phone, or the app could just not work. You could lose GPS signal. So always carry a paper map and a compass, because you then know where you are. And the OS maps, these are actually mostly the ones that you need to rely on for looking at obstacles and any dangers and stuff like that, and water sources and all that type of stuff. And they're not OpenStreetMaps, they're done by Ordnance Survey. So just a disclaimer there, don't fully rely on Komoot when you're going into the wilderness or the wild. Make sure you do carry paper map and compass, and you learn and know how to use them to navigate. So let's get started then. We're going to do a little guide on how to set up and use Komoot. Before we get started, I'm just going to go over what type of mapping system that Komoot uses for its mapping. So as you can see, I'm on the OpenStreetMap website. Komoot does rely on OpenStreetMaps, Komoot maps, and therefore the route planner use map data from OpenStreetMap, an open source website. This is the OpenStreetMap website, and you can see I can go on and I can start mapping and adding things to this map. So they are user friendly, so you can add things to the map itself based on what people may have experienced. They might be slightly different to the Ordnance Survey maps that haven't been updated for a while, but relatively accurate in my experience. And I have found paths on there that aren't on the Ordnance Survey maps, but you do need to be cautious because they're not necessarily going to include all of the hazards, and they might not necessarily be what you think they are, because they are user added. So just be careful. Okay, so let's get started. So this is the Komoot app. Sorry, it's not the app, this is the website. It is available as an app, and I do use it a lot as an app as well. So very handy to have on your phone, but I'm using the website to show you how to map out a route. So I'm just going to basically go through what I would do to map out a hiking route, a hill walk basically, in a really nice location, and then save it and be able to navigate through it on my phone. A couple of things: you can either search for a location as your starting point. So we could search for Llangollen, and that'll come up as a starting point. It will give me recommended routes as well that other people have created, but I'm not going to use them. I'm going to map my own. Okay, so the other option is to simply go to the top icon here where it says plus, and then plan new route. You can also import a GPS file. So if you've got routes you've already planned elsewhere, you can import them just to see the details or to follow on Komoot. But I'm going to go plan new route. And again, I can search for a starting point, but what I tend to do is I tend to just go to the area I want to start and just do it that way and zoom in. So I'm going to start my walk just off the A5 in the Ogwen Valley. Now on the left hand side you've got the search box there where you can search your starting points. We've got a bunch of different sort of things. You can go to your current location or home or bookmark places. You can actually search for different types of routes and whatever else, but we don't need any of that for this. What we are going to do is we're going to select which sport we're going to do. So you can do hiking, bike touring, mountain biking, road cycling, running, gravel riding, enduro mountain biking and mountaineering. It is important that you select the right sport, because if you put road cycling and you automatically ask it to plan your route, it's not going to take you down any gravel roads or any off-road trails or mountain bike trails. So it is quite important. Same with hiking, it won't take you down, you know, anywhere you can't walk or access via foot. So make sure you do select the right activity. So I'm going to select hiking. You can use it for cycling. It's very, very popular for cycling actually, and that's how I got into it in the first place, because I am into my cycling and I do use it to plan routes, but I do love it for hiking. It's very, very good. You can put your fitness level there. So we've got untrained, average, in good shape, athletic and pro. I'm not really entirely sure what that does, but I presume it just allows the app to suit the route more to your fitness type, if you do allow it to plan your route without you doing it. And you can do one-way trip or round trip. Okay, you can enter a starting point and a destination and it will plan you a route. Okay, so if I entered in, let's say, Benlock in Anglesey, a really beautiful place in Anglesey, Benlock Beach, and I then typed in where do I want to go. Let's say I want to walk to Bangor, which is a little town in Wales, and it will plan me a route. There we go. So automatically plans me a route, and it will plan it with the activity type you've set up there. So that's a hiking route. It'll try and make it like a hiking route, basically. I don't do that. I don't like it planning me routes. So I will go back and I will plan my own route. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, again, go back to the plan me route, select hiking, in good shape, one way, and this time I'm going to close that down and I'm going to find my starting point. So I'm simply going to go over to the A5, Ogwen Valley, and to get started, all I need to do, no tools required, it's automatically set up. I'm simply going to click on the map and press start here. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, the first hill I'm going to go up is Penier Old Wen. So I'm going to click here on the path. I can see the path going up there. You can see that that's a well-known path. And if I press set as destination and leave follow ways selected, what does follow ways do? It shows you, well, basically if you leave that selected, it will make sure it takes you down known paths for Komoot. Set as destination, and that automatically takes you up that path. So although I've allowed it to take me up the path, I've known the destination, starting point and end point. So it hasn't planned the route for me, but I've known that I want to go that way, and it's allowed me to automatically route it that way. Then when I go up to Carner Dafford and set as new endpoint, and it will automatically take me along the main ridge path up to Carner Dafford. And then same again, I want to go up Carner Llewellyn. My pronunciation is probably terrible there, and I'm going to set it as new endpoint, and that'll take me all the way there. I then want to come back down this way, and I want to go down this path here, set as new endpoint, and I'm just going to keep going until it starts routing the whole thing for me. I know all this area. So one important thing is that you know the area that you are walking in. So I know this area very well. I know these paths, and I know these are the ones I want to walk on. Be very careful and be mindful of just blindly planning a route along mountain paths and stuff like that without knowing where you're going. Always check it with an Ordnance Survey map as well. So you can see there's information here about big drops. You can see that's a big drop. You can see from the contour lines on the actual Komoot app itself that's quite a significant drop. So always be mindful of that, but do check it on the Ordnance Survey map, because these are OS OpenStreetMaps. So okay, so what we want to do now is just bring that to the bottom of this road by following ways and come back to the A55, all automatic. But as you can see there, that one has gone on this big meander round there. Not a problem. I don't want to do that, so just remove that and just do it a little bit shorter each time to avoid it taking you down those big paths. I don't know why it does that, to be honest, but it does do that quite a bit. I think it's because it wants to take you on a nice walk. But anyway, so just a little bit, short bits of sections there, just to avoid it taking us down any stupid meandering waypoints. So it's done that there to take you on presumably take you down a nice little route. So I'm just going to remove that and just do a little bit of a shorter section. But what happens now if I want to meander off? Let's say I see something really nice around this area, or maybe I want to wild camp in that area. Okay, I'm just going to undo all of these points. Oh, hang on. So
it seems to lost my route. Just remove all these. It's come back again now. There we go. Remove them points, and I want to meander across this little area because I want to do a wild camp there. Okay, so if I press that now and press set as new endpoint, it will take me just down the roads and the main paths because it's set up as follow ways. So what I need to do, so just to go over to that area, is just click on it, untick follow ways and put set as new endpoint, and it will allow me then to just go anywhere I want. So you can see there, it's allowing me to just travel all around that area without needing to follow the paths. Okay, so that's quite handy. So I'm going to leave that on the route because I might want to explore that little area, and then I'll come back over to the path, and then I want to go back to, now actually you could leave it on that and it'd probably be relatively accurate. If you just left it on not on follow ways, it's relatively accurate anyway if you left it on that. I mean, some people just use that to navigate. I think that's how you used to have to do it before this clever follow ways function came in on all the GPS apps. But I'm going to put it back on follow ways. So click on that, click back on follow ways and set as new endpoint, and it'll start following that route again. Now, here we go. And it's just following the A55 back to my starting point. And it's taking me around the big meander, so I'm going to remove that one and I'm going to go on a shorter segment of road. So it's still doing that. It is a bit finicky. It's going to be because it's trying to automate a walk for you, but just, you know, a bit of patience really. Okay, and we're just taking this back to the car now, or wherever I'm parked. So you can see, now I am doing it in short segments because I know in this area it does take me on all these little paths, which maybe I want to do one day, but so it's done it there again. So just remove that. So as I said, it is a little bit fiddly, and just do little shorter segments like that. And there we are. We're back to the car. Okay, so if I zoom out, I've now got my route there. I can see it. It's quite visually nice to look at. And then I'm going to save it quickly before I lose it. So press save, give it a name. So that's Ogwen Valley hike, and whatever it is I want to call it. Okay, and save that. Now, what we've then got is we've got a bunch of information, so we can navigate on our phone. So we can use the actual phone as a GPS, and it'll navigate the route for us, which is really good. I have used it and it is very, very good, although I would recommend making sure you take a map and compass, as I said earlier in the video, just to make sure you're not getting stuck. So what we've done is we've now saved that to our routes on Route Planner. What is nice is the ability to look at this. So this is one of my favourite things, so the elevation profile there. So if I look at and scroll along this elevation profile, you can see where it goes really, really steep. You can see the bits where you're going uphill. So this bit here at the start of the walk, that's probably the hardest part of the walk, and I know that is because it's going up Penny-Old Wen. So that's quite a steep climb. There is some scrambling actually on that route, so that is significantly. So I know that's correct. Then it goes relatively sort of downhill, flat-ish, and then it goes uphill again, up to Garnet Dafford, and then it goes down, and then right up to Garnet Llewellyn, and it is following along the route as well. You can see that there. It's just following. Look at that, and then it shows you where you're coming up and downhill, and then the very end of the walk, sort of the last few miles, is completely flat. So that's how you plan a hiking route on Komoot on the website. You can do it on your phone. You can access a bunch of different features on your phone as well. Nice and easy to do. It gives you all the information. So it tells me this walk's going to take me 6 hours 15 minutes. It's 10.2 miles. Predicted average speed is 1.6 miles an hour. It's 3,025 feet of elevation, and the same in terms of elevation coming downhill. And it gives me a little bit of sort of guidance on the route as well. It tells me what type of paths there are. So it says there's mountain hiking paths 0.8 miles, hiking paths 4 miles, blah 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 blah, and it gives me an overview of the surfaces. Now I don't really pay attention to this, to be honest with you. You're better off just learning what surfaces are where and when as you're going and exploring these areas. I wouldn't really rely on that too much, but it does give you a nice route, and when you send that to your phone, you can then navigate around it quite easily and follow it as you are on your walk. One thing I would say is if you use it a lot and you go to the same areas a lot, buy the maps. Komoot is a free app to use. If you want to use your routes offline I recommend buying the maps for the certain areas that you go to. They're not expensive, they're a few quid just for a certain area. So for example, I had to buy a Komoot map. It was about £2, and I get the whole of Komoot. And what that means is I can plan this route now. I can then send it to my phone, or it'll be automatically on my phone when I log into the account on my app, Komoot app, and I can then download this route so it's offline. I don't need the internet connection to follow it, and it just purely uses the GPS on your phone so that you can follow the route without an internet signal, just like you would if you had a GPS device. So much more reliable than just having it online on the internet and the internet having to download the maps for you. So that's how you create a hiking route or any route on Komoot. It's very, very good, very, very easy to use and very, very useful. You can do the same for cycling, same for running, same for walking, or even just plan a dog walk around your house and just see how far you want to go, etc, etc. Highly recommended, and a very good app to use.
So thank you for watching the video. I hope the guide was really useful to you. I hope you can use Komoot to benefit your little outdoor adventures, whether it's cycling, running, hiking, or just a local dog walk. Whatever it is you want to do, Komoot is a fantastic app. It's mostly free, and it does allow you to just explore. You do have to pay for the maps if you want to download them offline and use them, and I probably would do that, because if you lose your internet signal while you're out, you wouldn't be able to follow the maps. But if you do buy and download the maps, which I've done for several of them, you can then download the maps and use them as a GPS device without a phone signal. Final disclaimer again, don't replace your map and compass with Komoot, because you might come unstuck if you do lose signal. So thank you for watching this week's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Give it a like and a thumbs up and all that jazz, and go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you can get more videos like this and more support to me for growing my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.